Hello, I'm Trevor Lai in Shanghai. Unless you've recently been run over by a Rolls-Royce or flattened by a fast-moving Ford, you could not have missed the marketing trend. Luxury is up, while green is coming on strong, forcing perhaps a happy accident between affluent consumers and those concerned about the environment and the rising price of fuel. So what are marketers and manufacturers doing about this change in consumer demand? Joining us today is Danny Chan, General Manager of a leading Jaguar and Land Rover dealership network. So Danny, when a customer walks into your dealership, what's the first question they ask?
Do we have stock on hand?
And is this a common problem that you find a lot of your models, your most popular models, aren't able to keep up with the customer demand in China?
Yes. You'll be amazing that our order now is, the lead time is over 1 year.
Wow.
And then some of them, not that popular, will be 10 months. So it will be the first question that everybody asks, do you have stock on hand?
And are these the same buyers that just a few years ago were buying the S-Classes and the 7 Series and primarily for executive use and being driven, and now they're buying these SUVs for their own driving experience? Or are they still using the drivers for even these SUV vehicles?
Yes, they do. Sometimes they, of course, all our buyers, they do have 3 cars at home. This is very normal. And then there will be the additional one for his personal use during weekends or well, even for work. And then they do have a driver.
Right.
They do a driver for these cars.
How do you think China is doing overall in terms of its growth rate versus your other markets, such as the US and the UK?
Amazingly, our growth in China is very good. And we are now the 3rd largest market in the world for both brands, and then likely will be number 2 by end of this year. And this is our target, and likely we can achieve it.
So, and number 2 by the end of this year, and when do you see China becoming the number 1 market for Land Rover?
You'll be surprised by next year you will hear that good news, I believe.
And is that happening because of the growth rate in China, or is it also happening because of declining sales in the other markets?
I think both are the same. Especially when people are getting richer and richer and so fast in China, and they look for quality stuff, and then they look for very super luxury cars, and so happens we provide all those models for them. So while they are getting richer, and then they look for nice products, and then we happens to be there to provide those.
Which is the ones you control on your competitors. Are those now expanding rapidly into 2nd and 3rd tier cities, or are they still staying primarily in the major 1st tier cities?
They already developed to 2nd and 3rd tiers already. Okay. And then you will surprise people who come to Shanghai for, especially during this time, during the motor show. We do have a lot of people coming in and knock on the door and look for our cars from 2nd and 3rd tier city. And then before the show, they just telephone in and they really want the cars.
What about in the luxury automobile segment? Do you see a lot of group buying?
I don't see any of those yet. But for super luxury, that the segment that I'm in, I don't think it will happen that fast.
And why do you think that?
Because people do look for personalized stuff. They don't want to be a group of people buying the same stuff, and then they lost that charm to their purchase. So I think for Land Rover, people do look for special colors, and Jaguars, they do look for special personalized items inside the car. So I don't think the group buying behavior will develop to super luxury segment so fast.